Imagine holding a simple Lincoln penny in your hand, just 1 cent. But what if I told you that this very penny, something most people toss aside without a thought, could actually be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of the 1983 Lincoln penny, and uncovering the secrets of a coin that should never have existed in the first place. We'll explore the hidden mint errors, the shocking mistakes that slipped through the cracks, and the reasons why a 1 cent coin could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Part 1, The History of the 1983 Lincoln Penny. 6 minutes. To understand the 1983 penny, we first need to step back a little in history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For decades, it was made of nearly pure copper. But in the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint faced a problem: copper prices were skyrocketing. By 1982, it actually cost more than a cent just to make a 1-cent coin. So, in 1982, the Mint made a critical decision. They switched from the traditional copper penny to a cheaper copper-plated zinc penny. From that year onward, Lincoln cents were no longer solid copper. Instead, they had a zinc core with just a thin copper coating. By 1983, the transition was complete. Every penny struck was supposed to be made of this new zinc composition. But, here's where the story gets interesting. Some pennies slipped through the cracks. Some were struck on the wrong planchet. And those tiny mistakes became some of the most valuable pennies in U.S. history. Part 2, The 1983 Copper Penny That Shouldn't Exist. 7 minutes. The year was 1983. According to official mint records, no copper cents should have been produced. But collectors discovered something shocking: pennies from 1983 that were heavy, weighing 3.11 grams, just like the old copper cents. This was a complete mystery. How could copper coins exist in 1983, when the mint had already switched to zinc? The answer: minting errors. Somehow, leftover copper planchets from 1982 found their way into the presses in 1983. And those pennies should have been destroyed. They were never supposed to exist. Yet a few slipped out into circulation. Today, a 1983 copper penny is one of the most famous error coins in U.S. history. And here's the kicker: it's worth thousands of dollars. Some examples have sold for $15,000 to $20,000 at auction. All because they shouldn't exist at all. Part 3, The Double Die Obverse 1983 Penny. 5 minutes. As if the copper mix-up wasn't enough, 1983 also gave us another shocking error: the double die obverse. On some 1983 pennies, especially those minted in Philadelphia, the lettering on the coin is doubled. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" show clear, visible doubling. This wasn't supposed to happen. A double die occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned during the engraving process. It creates a ghostly duplicate image on the coin. Collectors love this type of error, because it's rare and dramatic. A strong double die 1983 penny can be worth $500, $1,000, or even more depending on condition. Again, a coin worth just 1 cent can transform into serious money. Part 4, The Mystery of Hidden Mint Errors. 6 minutes. Now let's talk about why these pennies are so fascinating. Coins are supposed to be perfect. Every detail is inspected, every planchet carefully measured. But the mint handles billions of coins each year. And with such high volume, mistakes happen. Some errors are small, like off-center strikes or tiny cracks. But others, like the 1983 copper penny, are so major that they almost feel like secrets the mint tried to bury. Think about it. These coins were never supposed to reach the public. They were accidents. Yet somehow, they slipped into circulation. For decades, people spent them without knowing they were holding something extraordinary. It's like discovering a hidden treasure in your pocket change, a treasure that officially shouldn't even exist. Part 5, Record Auction Sales, 5 minutes. Now, let's talk numbers. The part everyone loves. In 2013, a 1983 copper penny sold for nearly $15,000 at auction. A high-grade 1983 double-die penny has crossed the $5,000 mark. Even ordinary 1983 zinc pennies in pristine condition can fetch $100 or more if graded by a top coin agency like PCGS or NGC. The lesson: condition and rarity matter. But the story behind the coin, why it exists when it shouldn't, that's what makes collectors go wild and pay huge sums. Part 6, How to Check Your 1983 Penny. For minutes, now I know what you're thinking. Do I have one of these rare pennies? Here's how you can check. 1. Weigh the coin. A normal zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. If your 1983 penny is 3.11 grams, you may have the rare copper error. 2. Look for doubling. Check the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If the letters appear doubled, you might have a double die error. 3. Get it graded. If you think you found something, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional authentication. A certified grade can increase the coin's value dramatically. So yes, your penny jar might actually be holding a small fortune. Part 7, Why These Pennies Matter. For minutes, beyond the money, these coins tell a bigger story. They're proof that even in a massive system like the US Mint, mistakes slip through. They remind us that history can be rewritten by tiny accidents. The 1983 penny is more than just currency. It's a symbol of hidden value. A lesson that sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest worth. So the next time you see a Lincoln penny, don't just toss it into a jar. Look closely. Because somewhere out there, a coin that shouldn't exist is waiting to be discovered, and who knows, maybe the secret penny that changes your life is already in your pocket. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. It looks ordinary, coppery brown, worth just 1 cent. But what if I told you that some of these pennies, especially from the year 1977, are worth not 1 cent, not $1, but thousands, and even tens of thousands of dollars? And here's the shocking part: some of these coins shouldn't even exist. They were mistakes, minting errors that were supposed to be destroyed. But somehow, a few slipped out of the US Mint and made their way into people's pockets, and today, collectors call them the secret Lincoln pennies that shouldn't exist. In this video, we're diving deep into the history of the 1977 Lincoln penny, the shocking mint errors hidden from the public, and why these little coins can sell for a fortune at auctions. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to check if you're sitting on a small copper treasure that could change your life. Part 1, The History of the 1977 Lincoln Penny, 5 minutes. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. By 1977, the coin had already gone through decades of changes, but it was still mostly made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. The design: Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse back. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all struck pennies in 1977. Backhand index pointing right. Mintage numbers: Philadelphia, no mint mark over 4.2 billion pieces. Denver, D mint mark over 4.3 billion pieces. San Francisco, S mint mark. Proof coins about 3.25 million proofs. At first glance, that sounds like a huge supply, which usually means these coins are common and not worth more than face value. But as we'll see, it's the hidden errors and rare varieties that change everything. Part 2, Why 1977 Pennies Can Be Valuable, 5 to 6 minutes. all 1977 pennies are 95% copper. Because of rising copper prices, these coins already have an intrinsic melt value of more than 1 cent, but melting them is illegal. Instead, collectors value them for rarity and condition. Point 2. Condition/grading: a regular 1977 penny in circulation is worth 2 to 10 cents, but a high-grade mint state, MS 67, penny can sell for hundreds of dollars. A proof coin from San Francisco in PR 70 deep cameo condition can fetch thousands. Point 3. Errors and varieties: the real fortune. This is where the secret pennies come in. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and wrong planchet strikes from 1977 are extremely rare, and some should have been destroyed by the mint. Collectors pay thousands because these are one-of-a-kind mistakes that shouldn't exist. Part 3, The Secret Lincoln Pennies, 7 to 8 minutes. Now let's talk about the coins that slipped through the cracks, the true hidden treasures of 1977. These are the Lincoln pennies that were never meant for the public eye. 1. 1977 Double Die Obverse, DDO. The doubling can be seen on the date, 1977, or in the motto, "In God We Trust." A rare strong double die in high grade could bring $5,000 to $15,000 at auction. Point 2. Off-center strikes: if the coin was not properly aligned in the press, part of the design is missing. Off-centers of 5 to 10% bring small premiums, but 50% off-center with full date visible can sell for over $1,000.30. Clipped planchet errors: coins with a curved clip where a piece of metal is missing. A dramatic curved clip on a 1977 penny can bring hundreds of dollars. Point 4. Wrong planchet errors, the rarest. Sometimes, pennies were accidentally struck on dime or foreign coin blanks. A 1977 penny struck on a dime planchet, smaller, silver-colored, could be worth $25,000 or more. These are the pennies that collectors call the secret Lincoln pennies that shouldn't exist. Part 4, Famous Auction Sales, 5 minutes. A 1977 D Lincoln cent graded MS 67 RD sold for over $7,000 at Heritage Auctions. A rare off-center 1977 error brought nearly $1,500. A wrong planchet 1977 penny struck on a dime blank sold $4.20,000 plus. Backhand index pointing right: these stories fuel the excitement. People realize that an ordinary penny in change could secretly be a mini jackpot. Part 5, How to Spot a Fortune in Your Pocket Change, 5 to 6 minutes. Always check the date and mint mark. Look for obvious errors, doubling, missing parts of design, clipped edges. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check details. Keep an eye out for coins that look smaller, lighter, or silver-colored. Possible wrong planchet errors. Protect valuable finds in coin flips or holders. Tip for audience: if you ever find a 1977 penny with something unusual about it, don't spend it. Get it graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, because that could be your lottery ticket. Part 6, Legacy and Symbolism, 4 to 5 minutes. The Lincoln penny has always carried a message. Abraham Lincoln's face on a tiny coin reminds us that even small things can hold great value. The 1977 penny, especially those secret error coins, are like hidden symbols of American history. They tell us that accidents, mistakes, and hidden treasures can turn into priceless artifacts. For collectors, owning one isn't just about money. It's about holding a piece of history that was never supposed to exist. So the next time you see a penny lying on the ground, don't ignore it. Because it might just be one of those secret Lincoln pennies that shouldn't exist, a coin worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Check your change. Search your old jars. You never know when you'll stumble upon history in the palm of your hand. Have you ever held a penny and thought, it's just 1 cent? But what if I told you that inside this tiny coin are hidden messages, mysterious changes, and even secrets worth thousands of dollars? Today, we're uncovering the untold story of the Lincoln penny, especially the legendary 1982 penny that shocked the coin world. Stick with me till the end, because you might discover that the coins in your pocket could be worth a small fortune. Chapter 1, Birth of the Lincoln Penny, 1909 Origins, 4 minutes, first issued in 1909, honoring Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, designed by Victor David Brenner, VDB. Controversy: his initials, VDB, were placed too large on the reverse, causing public backlash. Mint quickly removed them, which created the 1909 SVDB penny, one of the rarest. Hidden message number 1, pennies carry more than value, they carry political stories and design controversies. Chapter 2, Secret Symbols and Design Clues, 5 minutes. 1959, Wheat reverse change to Lincoln Memorial, hidden detail. Inside the memorial, with magnification, you can see a tiny statue of Lincoln himself. Many people never noticed this. Other hidden clues: In God We Trust, America's spiritual identity, tiny mint marks, D.S., no mint mark, double dies and small errors that changed value. Hidden message number 2. The penny is like a mini history book, each detail telling America's story. Chapter 3, The Legendary 1982 Penny, 8 minutes. In 1982, U.S. Mint faced a crisis. Copper prices skyrocketed. Decision: switch from 95% copper to a cheaper zinc core with copper coating. But transition year chaos created 7 varieties of 1982 pennies. 1. 1982 copper large date. 2. 1982 copper small date. 3. 1982 D copper large date. 4. 1982 D copper small date. 5. 1982 zinc large date. 6. 1982 zinc small date. 7. 1982 D zinc small date. This makes 1982 pennies fascinating and confusing. A rare discovery. 1982 D small date copper penny, only a few known. One sold for over $18,000. Value breakdown: approximate common zinc/copper 1982, 1 cent, $1 copper small date high grade, $50, $200 rare 1982. D small date copper, thousands to tens of thousands. Hidden message number 3, even the tiniest detail, like the size of a date, can create a fortune. Chapter 4, Other Rare Errors and Hidden Treasures, 6 minutes, Double Die Errors. Especially 1955 double die penny, worth thousands. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets. The famous 1992 close AM penny and 1999 wide AM penny worth thousands. Proof coins with mirror finishes often hide small minting quirks. Secret tip: always check your pennies with magnification. Chapter 5, Why Pennies Hold America's Secrets, 5 minutes. Lincoln was the first real person on U.S. currency, symbolizing freedom and unity. Penny designs reflect changing American values. Wheat equals growth. Memorial equals unity. Shield equals strength. Hidden messages are not just physical but symbolic. Every design shift tells what America was thinking at that time. Chapter 6, Collector Stories and Viral Value, 3 minutes. People finding rare pennies in circulation. True stories. A man in Massachusetts sold a penny he found for over $200,000.1982. Penny stories keep trending because people still find them in change. So next time you pick up a penny, don't just think of it as 1 cent. Think of it as a secret message from history, a puzzle that could even make you rich. Especially the mysterious 1982 penny, where one small detail can turn a coin into thousands of dollars. So grab a magnifying glass, check your coins, and maybe, just maybe, you'll uncover the next big discovery hidden in plain sight. Backhand index pointing right. Call to action: check your pennies right now and comment if you found any rare ones. Subscribe for more hidden coin stories that could change your life. One specific Lincoln penny, a coin that should not even exist, could be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, today we uncover the 1998 Lincoln penny mystery, a story about minting mistakes, hidden errors, and a secret coin that slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint, a coin that collectors are calling the penny that shouldn't exist. Part 1, Background of the Lincoln Penny. Before we dive into the 1998 penny, let's step back. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of classical Liberty figures. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became a symbol of American history, hard work, and everyday life. Through the decades, this small coin witnessed wars, economic booms, and social changes. From wheat cents to the memorial reverse, and eventually to the Union Shield design, each penny tells a piece of America's story. But in the late 1990s, something unusual happened. Part 2, the 1998 penny history. In 1998, the U.S. Mint was in transition. The familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse design was about to be phased out. By 2009, America would celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial with brand new reverses, but in 1998, a strange minting error took place that created one of the most mysterious Lincoln cents of modern times. Backhand index pointing right. The 1998 wide AM Lincoln cent. Now, what does wide AM mean? Normally, on the reverse of pennies from 1993 to 2008, the letters A and M in America are supposed to be close together, almost touching. That's called a close AM, but in 1998, a small number of coins were mistakenly struck with an earlier proof-style reverse die, where the A and M were spaced farther apart, a wide AM. Part 3, Why this penny shouldn't exist. This is where the mystery begins. The 1998 wide AM was never meant for circulation. Those dies were only supposed to be used on proof coins minted for collectors. Somehow, the wrong die made its way into regular production, and pennies with this design started slipping into circulation. This is why people call it the penny that shouldn't exist. It's a mistake, a coin that the mint never authorized, never wanted released, and should have caught before it ever left the factory. Yet, today, they're out there, in pockets, in jars, in piggy banks across America. A 1-cent coin that tells the story of how a tiny error can create a modern treasure. Part 4, Values and Market Craze. Now let's talk about money, because this is where it gets exciting. That a normal 1998 penny is worth face value, 1 cent. In 1998 wide AM penny, depending on the condition, it can sell for $100, $500, even $1,000. In mint state 65, MS 65, or higher. Collectors have paid over $2,000. Rare examples in pristine, untouched condition could even reach beyond $5,000. Think about that. A single penny, something you might ignore, is secretly worth thousands of dollars, and the best part? These pennies are still out there in circulation. People are still finding them today in pocket change. Part 5, How to spot 1-inch. So, how can you tell if your 1998 penny is special? Step 1, look at the word America on the reverse. If the A and the M are close together, it's a normal penny. If the A and the M are spaced apart, wide AM, congratulations, you may have found a treasure. Step 2, check the condition. Collectors pay more for coins with sharp details, no scratches, and shiny luster. Step 3, get it graded. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin, proving it's real and setting its market value. Part 6, The Mint Error Mystery. But here's the bigger question. How did this happen? The U.S. Mint is one of the most secure coin-making facilities in the world. Coins go through strict quality checks. Mistakes like this are supposed to be destroyed, yet, somehow, a handful of 1998 wide AM pennies slipped out. Some theories suggest that a proof die was accidentally mixed into the working dies for circulation coins. Others believe it might have been a deliberate slip, a small oversight that turned into a major collectible. Whatever the case, this error adds a layer of mystery. Secret coin that was never meant to be. Part 7, symbolism and why people care, this coin isn't just about money. It's a symbol of how the smallest mistakes can create history. Collectors see it as proof that no system, not even the mighty U.S. Mint, is perfect. And for everyday people, it's a reminder that treasure can hide in plain sight. The Lincoln penny itself has always been about more than 1 cent. It's about hard work, honesty, and opportunity, the values Abraham Lincoln stood for. The 1998 White AM is like a modern twist on that story. Even in the most ordinary things, something extraordinary can be found. Part 8, Other Related Pennies. For those wondering, the 1998 White AM isn't alone. The 1999 White AM and 2000 White AM pennies also exist, and they're highly collectible. Even rarer, the 1992 Close AM penny flips the story. Instead of wide spacing, the letters are too close. That coin can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. So, the late 1990s and early 2000s were a hotbed of penny mysteries, little mistakes that turned into big fortunes. Part 9, The Legacy of the 1998 Penny. Today, the 1998 White AM penny is one of the most famous modern-era coins. It's taught in numismatic circles, chased by collectors, and searched for in change jars. Every time someone posts online, "I found a White AM," it reignites the excitement that in a way, this coin has become a symbol of hope. That even in your spare change, you might hold something extraordinary. That history and value can be hiding right under your nose. So the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't walk past it. Don't ignore that little copper coin. Pick it up, take a closer look, because you might just be holding the secret Lincoln penny that shouldn't exist, and who knows, maybe your penny, your tiny 1-cent coin, is worth not 1 cent, not $1, but thousands. That is the story of the 1998 Lincoln penny, a mistake, a mystery, and a modern treasure hiding in plain sight.